prime woman on the Nigerian Television Authority. And Sweeney would say that you should define success on your own terms and achieve it by your own rules, building a life that you will be proud of. The guest on Prime Woman today is one woman who has gone through this path and achieved success by her own rules and living a life I can tell you she is absolutely proud of. Seeing her profile will give you an utter conviction that she didn't miss the way. Let's get to know who this guest is. Nwakalo is my name, and I welcome you to Prime Woman with Blessing Tangtur.
The apostle of wealth. I saw you a long time ago, as a matter of fact, preaching wealth. So tell us, who is this apostle of wealth? Well, this is the simple apostle of wealth. Blessing, Nanman. It's a privilege of time when I want to speak to people. I'm given the opportunity to speak out because I know someone is out there listening and is born into the family of Mr. Andrew Polit from Passion local government, and my mother, Justina Andrew. She's a great woman. Growing up as a child from a very, very rural area, let me use that word, access roads to where you're going to is difficult. I didn't see anything like an inheritance of good dreams. I was thinking about good way to actually achieve more for myself academically. Ordinarily, I'm supposed to limit my thinking to that environment. But what I was thinking was, Blessing, how can you make this life better for people?
And where were your parents?
My parents were there. My dad, Andrew Polit, is a purpose-driven person. You can't stop him when he want to get something. My mom, anytime I try something new, she's scared.
Oh.
And growing up in a polygamy home, my mom was the first wife. And I look at it like, okay, my dad needed to be strong to actually have a peaceful 3 wives.
Peaceful 3 wives.
Yes.
I like your primary education. How did it happen?
Well, I wouldn't say my primary education is a wrong story because in as much as my parents were in the city, it was somehow difficult for me to thrive through all of this education because we got it so difficult to even go to school and successfully get our school fees being paid without us being chased out of school. So sometimes that's the kind of story my father likes to listen to. Blessing, she will go to school. Sometimes they will send her back home because there's no school fees. So I got to a point where in my life, when I was 16, I had to start thinking, like, I need to take over from this. I need to take over from my parents. So I can proudly tell you that my
being the first child, right?
No, I'm not the first child. In the entire family, I think I'm number 12 or something. But I can proudly say that I'm the first graduate in the house. I'm the first graduate in the house. I paid for my WAEC. I'm the first to get a master's.
Yep.
I'm also the first to get a master's in that house. I'm also the first to take a plane to just fly out of the country from that same house. And I'm also the first to give my father the first grandchild.
Awesome.
So that drive keep going. And my primary education was not easy at all. In short, I almost gave up. I'm like, school is not for me because everyone has a pace of learning. And those gaps I was having really affected me. But one thing I keep telling myself is like, Blessing, remember, you said you're going to change this environment.
Wow.
So you can't change your environment by running away from all kinds of challenge. So you need to face this. So all of a sudden, I just get this motivation because I hate poverty.
Who likes it?
I don't know. People who
I don't
sleep
think
at
anybody-
home, people who just stay there and blame the government. They love poverty, of course, because one of the signs for poverty is excuse.
Wow.
So I took that away so that poverty will not have any relationship with me.
I like that. So no excuses.
So no excuse.
Hmm.
So I kept telling them, if you're given the opportunity to become a president, will you give an excuse?
I know that.
So why are you giving an excuse? Because you're going through a process of life.
You said primary education wasn't easy. So was secondary? You want to trail that story from your educational background and up to where you are. Was it that experience that drove you into becoming who you are?
One of the first motivation I have was to teach. So after my primary school, I struggled to also go to for my secondary school.
What school was this?
Government secondary school, WUKOS. In short, it has been from one secondary school to the other. Because once I get this feeling like I'm going to be mocked because of school fees, after 2 years, I'll tell them, please, I just want to change my school. I just want to be mentally okay, because once they come in, who are those people that didn't pay their school fees? I'm scared because I know my name will be there. So that thing didn't make me to stay just in one school, because you're going to be stigmatized in the society where they don't know how you thrive to survive. You'll be stigmatized. And I'm one person that I don't want to be stigmatized. I try to motivate myself. I don't seek for motivation anywhere. I motivate myself. My desire, my dream, my destiny is my motivation. Anytime I look at the mirror, I say, Blessing, remember, you said you want to be an apostle.
But an apostle?
Yes.
So you do the Bible?
Oh, we're getting there. So that apostle that I have in my mind was to preach the gospel or to sing music, gospel music.
Oh, you do sing?
Yes.
Give me one tune.
Jehovah, you are the most high. You are the most high God.
You really have the voice.
So I was singing as young as 14, 15, 16. So I believe that I was going to sing, and to the glory of God, I'm going to preach the gospel. I never knew that it wasn't an apostle of the Bible only, but an apostle of wealth.
Oh, yeah. Apostle of wealth.
But do you know one irony about life? The more I call myself an apostle of wealth, the more I see money run away from me.
Oh.
Yeah. So some people in life can be dreaming that they are going to be doctors, but they don't see themselves getting right. Biology, chemistry, physics. They see themselves struggling with those things, and these are the things that qualify them to be. So never mind, because these are just things to let you know that you're getting there.
This is awesome. Awesome, simply awesome. So your energy just keeps driving you. I was asking you that I saw somebody, in a picture I had known looked like you, but I'm not sure it was you. And you said, we'll get there.
As I'm growing up, I see a lot of people depending on me. At the age of 16, I was able to support my elder brother in school. At the age of 16, I see people who are over 20 looking up to me. Let me see how that happened. I had to run and go after a home and say, can I work here as a housemaid so that you can take care of my school fees? I'm very sure if the person sees me on a television, she knows me.
Oh, you want to give a shout out to such a person?
Yeah, her name is Mommy Munachi, Mrs. Glady Okoro. I worked with her for like 3 years. I was like a housemaid. I told my mom, I don't mind, because I and my elder brother, we're not going to school. But the best thing I can do is to go there. So going into a better school, I said, no, I'd rather go for a night school so that I can afford something to spare for my brother. So I started thinking like a mother, no longer like a child anymore. So that is my greatest motivation. That Blessing, if you fail, that means so many people are going to fail.
Oh.
We eat challenges like breakfast. The more I said I'm going to make it, the more when I try things, I discover that there's a challenge. You always find a challenge in the process of breakthrough. I did a Bible class where I was ordained as a pastor. I also tried to attend the National Teachers College instead of the university, because the university might be expensive. I said, I love teaching, so let me just go for this college. I was selling sugarcane. Sometimes I have my mom with a piggery farm. Sometimes I have my mom, she sells food on the roadside.
And personally, I started getting some money and I started selling some shoes, some local shoes. I started selling some okrika. I was virtually selling everything.
Except human beings.
Except human beings. And I discover, my brother said, you sing. Why can't we just be singing? When I was in my early 20s, I said, it's true. Let's sing. But meanwhile,
where were you going to sing?
In the church, to the glory of God. Because you know what? When you take care of God's project in another way, God takes care of your project.
Awesome. That's true.
So I was singing. I became the music director in my church. Everybody was like, when she sings, you cry and all of that. But within me, I'm like, so how am I going to earn a living? Because I really want to earn a living from it. So I launched a first album, a second album. I will tell you a beautiful story about destiny. So I stopped singing in the church because I was very busy. Because I need to go for rehearsals and my work doesn't permit me. All of that. So, but let me tell you something about destiny. The passion was passed to my daughter. So I still sing.
I know. Through your daughter.
Yeah. And she insists that she want to read music. And she read music at the Lee City University. She sings beautifully. And one of my daughters now is joining her in the music now to tell you that we must sing to the glory of God.
Oh, hallelujah. So
basically, if you ask her, what's your motivation? She said, my mom.
So talk to me about this, your journey into entrepreneurship, because I see a lot of energy from you. From now you're talking about singing. Ab initio, you were talking about you being a teacher. So what's the synergy?
This is that it was surviving. Just for me to survive, I was teaching and I was singing and I was selling clothes. But I really know my purpose in life.
So what happened to the singing and selling clothes and teaching now? Are we all done with it?
We are not done with it. You transfer it to the next generation. That's what we do. So as I speak with you, I run a nursery, primary, and secondary school. So
who does?
With over 100 in population, pupils and students. I run an NGO which is for people living with disability.
Oh wow!
Because I study special education, English as my teaching subject. So I thought it wise to give back to the society, even if I'm not in the classroom. Let my impact be in the classroom.
Persons with disability?
Yes. So the school is an inclusive school where we admit people with disability and we give them special consideration.
You teach them how to sing?
How to sing, how to play guitar, how to play all the instruments.
So you have to hire people to do this?
Yeah, we hire professionals to teach them. So now they are the ones teaching people. So they do it as their profession now to earn a living. So you can hire them in churches, and they are blind. Some of them are blind. Some of them have some kind of form of different disability. And then for the hearing impaired, we put them through skill acquisition. The name of the school is Early Dreams Inclusive Academy because I started dreaming very early.
Oh yeah, Nigeria is imbued with great wealth of
super great
human resources, natural resources.
Well, Nigeria is blessed with a lot of natural resources, but please take notes. You cannot just get it walking on the street until you dig it.
I see you in the coffee business. As I was flipping the pages of an album, and I'm like, is this not blessing? So what is it you were doing in a coffee farm?
I have been to almost about 70 countries of this world. And the only thing that took me around is coffee. Now, going around the world and looking at how people value coffee, how people look at coffee, even in their economy. When they're talking about GDP, they include coffee. But those people don't even farm coffee. Some of them don't even have the land to farm the coffee. And they are already putting it as part of their strongest source of income. So it means they dig through. We don't have the land. What can we do? They probably go, get it in Africa, come and refine it, and now it is their own coffee. Coffee started from Africa. You cannot talk about coffee anywhere in the world and you won't start from Africa because coffee originated from Ethiopia, which is the second largest population in Africa. And if we are the highest population in Africa, and I discover that even one seed of coffee can grow in Nigeria, it means, blessing, there's an opportunity for you to multiply it to 1 million, 10 million, 30 million, until we get up to billions of seed in Nigeria, because already one has grown. I have seen that one has grown. So it's an opportunity. For those that will say, my salary is 100,000, so I can't do this, I can't do that. At least you have a salary. What are you planning to do with the 100,000? So people look at coffee in Nigeria, and I told myself, bless you, look at where you're coming from. Look at what your mother did to train you.
What did your mother do to train you?
She was farming. She was into piggery. She was planting maize. She was planting this. I followed her. And the thing is that it's not just from her, but also from her mother. In short, every third term after my third term exam, I go to my grandmother. In short, in my family, that was how I got to speak my dialect, because I'm always going to see my grandmother. I help her with the farming. I discovered that there is treasure in farming. There's joy in farming. There's fulfillment in farming. And being the fact that as an apostle
of wealth
in a green land like Nigeria, you can do a lot. So I started thinking, how do I put up this coffee farm?
Hold on. How does coffee multiply? Because you're talking about if there's one seed of coffee, then there's going to be a lot of it that will multiply to get into billions. So how does coffee multiply? I know that there are seeds that are seasonal. So is coffee a seasonal crop, or is it a crop that you can actually farm around the year?
Okay, it's also seasonal. But with one seed of coffee, I just cited an example, and to make sure that people know that whatever can grow in little can grow in much.
Okay.
So you can imagine planting only one seed of coffee. After 2-3 years, you're already harvesting it.
Multiples.
So if you are bringing out 2 to 3 kg or 1 kg, it has already gone beyond hundreds. It takes 2 to 3 years before you harvest coffee.
So where is this coffee from? I see,
this is from Plateau State.
The coffee we know actually is some kind of powder that you pick up and with a taste. What are you doing? You chewing it?
So that is the value chain. Yeah, that's the value chain we're talking about.
You mean I can just pick this and put in my mouth?
Yes. For this to be consumable, it must be blended, which your teeth has already done. Right? So we want to make sure that there's a healthy coffee around. People are taking healthy coffee.
What was your motivation?
I have watched my mother farm. I watched my grandmother farm. My mother will farm maize. When the season is bad, they will say the market has dropped. My mother will farm me, and when the season is bad, they will say the market has dropped. I've worked with the company for a very long time. They are into coffee. I never knew they are looking at our population. The population was a target that even if Mr. A is not taking, Mr. B will take. And I saw the market of coffee out there. That was where I got the information from. I've never known about coffee until they say, can you come and market? For those that somebody will introduce you to network marketing, and you go there and you are playing, thinking I want to get money to buy food. No, I didn't go there with that mentality. I go there to get all the knowledge for me to be able to run in the future. And then I look at another idea. There was an infusion of health into the coffee. So even if you don't take coffee, since you hear that there is a healthy beverage infused in the coffee, you want to try it because you are BP patient. You want to try it because you are diabetic.
When I walked into your space, I saw an array of coffee all over the place. I mean, that becomes your design on your shelf.
Lindsay in particular has an infusion of what we call the Ganoderma lucidum. It's a fight against cancer. That Ganoderma is a natural superfood called mushroom. So it's infusing all the coffee according to the percentages. In our tea, in our chocolates, and in our coffee. We give option for people who don't take coffee. They can take chocolate. If you don't take chocolate, you should take tea. Whatever option you have, we have. But we want to make sure that people know that Nigerians farm coffee. And we can make a lot in terms of skill development, community development, and job creation from coffee, because it has a very long value chain.
Persons with disability. What was it that drove you into that?
Now, persons with disability, I pick interest to read the special education because I saw a deaf lady. She was trying to sing with sign language, and I picked interest and I said, oh, I need to read this so that I can be their teacher. Because somebody just went out now, somebody stoned him just by the eye. A normal person become disabled. So that humbles me. And that's why I opened the inclusive education to give back to the society. You can imagine 3 boys coming out from one woman. First child, blind, second blind, third blind, and they want to sing. They are singing. So the person who actually called me to come and intervene is also a blind, because he is the president of my foundation. He said, our mommy loves to sing. And she can just imagine that these 3 boys, and then the parent ran and left them, and we intervened. And when we came, it was like heaven to me. It was like heaven to me.
Wow.
And now we have a music school we are running with the disabled.
Wow.
We sing to the glory of God.
This coffee that we are talking about, how much of it is out there in the society? Is it limited to Nigerian consumption, or do you have to, do you export it?
This is already in 15 African countries already, including South Africa. Yeah, and our major plan is to see that the Plateau coffee now is being exported to those countries on a weekly or on a monthly basis, and that's why we're going massive. And one of the things I'm happy about is that my kids are happy and they are proud of what I'm doing, because they are the ones to take over. I don't want this to die.
It won't die.
My mom is feeling so proud of me. In short, one of my greatest strengths is my mom, because she prays a lot. My siblings are proud of me. Yeah, so that's why I introduced the academy. So now you see that teaching becomes my life. So I want them to teach the next generation about coffee. I don't want them to make money from it. I want them to earn from it. So it means there must be transfer of knowledge. So I don't want my business to die with me when I'm old. So I want them to continue farming coffee until we make the entire Nigeria a coffeelicious country.
Real coffeelicious country. So away from coffeeing and coffeeliciousing,
yeah,
how do you now unwind when you just say, I've worked so hard today?
In the evening time, I shut down. And what I mean by shut down, nothing official now.
Mm-hmm.
This is time for me to cool my temper. Because I promised myself in these years of struggle, blessing, you must not carry BP. You must not carry headache. You must not hate to hang around with my star. I love to hang around with my kids. I am that's me. I don't really know how to hang around with friends.
What's your hobby?
Oh, my hobby is singing.
Among your album, which one of them do you love most?
I love Freedom, because it's one of the beautiful song I call Freedom. And I told myself when I was singing the song, I was very emotional about it, because maybe because of the stage where I was. I was young, but I was still at the stage of giving up. So in my quiet moment,
what does it sound like?
I like,
Can we go?
Freedom, freedom is coming on the way. Freedom, freedom is coming on the way. When you make up your mind, freedom is coming on the way. If you stand, just be strong. Freedom is coming on the way, 'cause there is freedom.
Wow, did you do that song?
So,
and this is original copy. Yeah. Blessing, Nanman, Tangtur.
Apostle.
Well. She said, so did you make any song out of coffee, for instance? I'm sure you should do a song with coffee.
Leave the coffee in my cup. Woo! I feel the brand to wake me up.
Leave the coffee in my cup. I feel the brand to wake me up. Wake me up, Lindsay Coffee. Wake me up, Lindsay Coffee. I feel the brand to wake me up. Yeah. You can see that I've really been awoken by Lindsay Coffee. Ujumakalo is my name. And I am so glad to have spoken with our apostle of wealth, Blessing Tangtur, the Chief Executive of Lindsay Coffee. Thank you so much for giving us that rich Coffeelicious, she says, Coffeelicious experience on Prime Woman. Till we come your way next week, keep watching Prime.